What do I want to sharpen tonight? Everything in the house is sharp already. The biggest problem of my life at the moment is everything I have is already sharp. Well, I was about to be sharpening a knife, but I don't know what knife I should sharpen, so yeah. I'm gonna go soak this. That stone demands a water sacrifice. Michael, welcome back. Lucas, what's up? How's it going? What do I have that I can sharpen? Welcome back, Lucas. Give that bad boy a couple minutes. Sharpen a Spyderco. Kitchen knife? No, those are all sharp already too. I'm going to sharpen that. Unfortunately, the guy who wanted to buy that wouldn't download Cash App and wanted me to use a service that I don't use. So I need to tell him that I should probably tell him before I sell it out from under him, but it's been over a month and he hasn't bought it, so oh, don't be buying this yet. I gotta tell the guy first. We gotta be completely fair here. This one's going up for sale too. I don't feel good selling that one, but you know, I don't want it anymore. Got a box full of shit that I didn't remember I had. And none of it is as sharp as it could be. We will fix that tonight. No, it's more than $5. I think you meant Dara from South Park, but how many minutes since I stuck that stone in the water? It's been enough. Can you get one what? We're closing in on 2,000 subscribers. There is a 2,000 subscriber giveaway, by the way. For specifically for people in the US, because international shipping is insane. And I'll tell you guys how to enter when I get that all set up. No, not $6. It's at least $2,000. If anybody gets that reference, please tell me. No, people already know what the giveaway knives are. Damn it, I made the table a fucking mess. I need to lower the alcohol content on that stuff next time. It's a little high, which explains what were the giveaway knives? I forgot. They're in another box. I don't remember. You know what's funny is the company that makes these stones says on their website that you can get a burr in like 3 seconds. And they're not wrong. It takes like 2 passes on this thing to get a burr. Yep, already got a burr on the other side. That's wild. Like it's already set up and prepped for the next grit. So I'm pretty sure that the giveaway knives were a Civivi of some sort. And I think it was 2 Civivis. I don't remember exactly what the giveaway knives were. G-Force, you were in here last time. You weren't even in the top messages. I didn't notice your message because that's funny. Didn't even show up in the top. They're good knives. Keep saying that I need to clean off this microfiber and I just never throw it in the washer. Let me check. Yeah. Yep, the only thing you're getting from me is pair 3. I might be buying another one off Blade Binge. Honestly, you'll get a better deal off that one if you go buy that one. But the dude says there's something special about it, and I don't know what it is. Oh, and the dude said, let's see, the dude decided he didn't want to sell it to me for $175. So I upped my offer a little bit. We'll see if the dude comes back with a yes. There's one on Blade Binge for $120 if you would rather go get that one. It's got the DLC coating too. But the dude said there was something special about it. So I'm wondering if it's a factory seconds where it doesn't have a warranty. I don't know. Blade Binge. And then on the mini Adamas, the dude never got back to me and it didn't sell. But it looked to me like the offer timed out. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It looks to me like just a regular pair of 3, but it's $120. It says pair of 3 seconds special black. to me that means a factory second where it doesn't have a blade warranty. But I could see that being the issue right there. What looks like some denting on the spine of the blade. It's not on this side. Sure, but I can't touch guns on a YouTube live stream, so... Fair enough. I'm not going to tell you not to. I'm not doing very good on sharpening this one. I'm not happy with the results. I'm going to reprofile it. No, last night was enough for a while. I lost a lot of viewers last night from that. It didn't go as well as I had hoped, but I got a conversation out of it. On the bright side, it does show... it teaches you a little bit about me. What does the CBR stand for? Is that a bike? No, we don't need to start that all over again. It was fun for one night, but I need to go to bed early tonight. Okay, so you own a CBR? Is it a 1000 or... $600. Okay. I'm gonna butcher that name, but how you doing? I'm assuming that's why a lot of people stay, is because finding somebody that does solid sharpening apparently isn't easy. Ground Fog, welcome back. What's up? MDC, welcome back. pretty sure this is my first Spyderco too. If you want to buy it, bidding starts at $2,000. Not. We all know Michael's going to end up buying it at that price anyway. He's got a problem. Ooh. It's a pretty solid deal there. I'll have to think about it. No, I had these things priced pretty good. You guys know when I get something for a good price, I pass it on to you guys. Of course, I still make a little money on it, but who's going to complain about getting a Spyderco for half off? Never used this stone backwards before. I don't think it's going to change anything, but and again, I will reach out to the dude that was supposed to buy it. Give him one last chance. And if he still decides that he doesn't want to use Cash App, then I'm going to have to move on. Find somebody else who wants it. Okay, so I need to talk to somebody about it though. Somebody wanted one of them, and then now they want something else of mine, and I'm not sure if they want it on hold anymore. The one that I have is a Kershaw Launch 1. That's the only one I'm willing to get rid of because the other one was a gift from my sister for Christmas. Let me send him a message, see if he's up at the moment. Probably not, but... And it's not just for buying, it's more of the question of, am I still holding it for him? Because it's been a while. Autos are really hard to sell because they're not legal in a lot of places, and you can't put them up for sale on almost any used website. Yeah, see, when you're not sitting here blabbering about politics, people actually want to watch. Last night's stream did not go to plan. Or did not go to plan. Not that I ever really have a plan, but... Unfortunately, fully semi-automatic isn't something for knives. It is a push-button auto. But yeah, I have a Launch 1 Tiger Stripe. And CPM 154. I could take the springs out and list it as a button lock, technically speaking, but it's not going to be super smooth. I'll have to ask Blade Binge if they'll let me do that. The 15 looks like a fat stiletto. So this stream is going to end sooner than all the rest of them. I'm not doing 5 hours again. I have to be up early tomorrow to go do some sharpening at a local shop. And as much as I'd love to continue talking to you guys for 5 hours, I think it's more than fair if I go for another hour and then we end it there. But I have to end it there. Some people are sitting there like, you do this for 4 hours? And yes, for those of you wondering, I do. I think last night's was 5 hours, or 5.5, something like that. Last night's was a little bit of a shit show, so I recommend not watching it, but gunmetal with black G10, not bad. The only ones I ever saw were black with micarta inlays, and I wasn't super impressed with those, so I never bought one. Actually, I've hit 7.5 hours on one of mine. This doesn't feel right. Nope. Well, we have just figured out, I believe, that VG10 doesn't like polished edges. Oh, no, wait. That's still toothy. Oh, and I still haven't stropped it yet. I can't make claims yet. You fell asleep with what now? You'd be surprised how many people watch my streams and fall asleep. Supposedly, my voice is relaxing. Team Quack Attack, welcome back. What's up? This is a Delica 4 in VG10 with the Zohm. I'm doing all right. A little tired, but you know, by the time I finish this stream, I'm not going to go to sleep for another hour, so. 3 cheers for insomnia. Hip hip, hooray. Put it as Squidward says it. Another day, another migraine. I swear, I missed so many jokes from that show when I was a kid. It's pretty much the same knife. For those of you wondering how much pressure I put on my strop when I'm using it, my hand. The weight of my hand. It is in VG10. It's a base model. They're like 95 or something. Last time I checked, they were 95. Nothing really special. That just doesn't feel right when cutting the paper. It really doesn't, and I don't know how to explain it. I do know how to explain it. There's more resistance than I feel like there should be. Thanks, Michael. I definitely needed that. Oh, that explains a lot. I missed the edge when stropping. Dumbass. Let's do this again. At a slightly different angle. That just doesn't feel sharp. I've proven that wrong before. Ooh, won't do that. So, it doesn't feel sharp. I don't know how else to explain that. But we know it's sharp. Because it's cutting through notebook paper with almost no resistance. Interestingly enough, that's how Maximate feels too. No, it's not the thickness of the blade, it's the edge that's doing it. High carbide steels feel like that. Maximate feels like that. I didn't check 15V yet. Oh, yeah, no, 15V feels like it's going to cut you. Never mind. Huh. I was going to say, that better not be a chip in my brand new knife. But this one definitely feels like it's going to cut you more than the... It's also sharper. And how are we going to fix that? How do you know what I look like? Who are you? I can't wait to get some aftermarket scales for this thing. Oof. Funny name, by the way. Aiden, what are you doing up so late? Oh, never mind. I'm the thing that you fall asleep to, so... I'm not going to read it, but it definitely is funny. I still got it. I'm fully expecting you to say not surprised, but yeah. That's what I would have said. You still got that HK knife? Yeah, not surprised. It's pretty ugly. I just haven't put it up publicly yet. think tomorrow I'm gonna put the Arius up for sale publicly. So I'm gonna stick it on Blade Binge for $17.50. Either that, or I think I should reach out to Koenig. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Then again, it's not priced at Mall Ninja prices. What knife was what one? The Arius? I'm slowly getting used to the ball bearing lock, by the way. This is the Arius. I was thinking about getting a ceramic ball for it. I don't know how much it's going to change it. I remember seeing them on Blade Binge, but last time I checked, they weren't up anymore. She had them at like $4, which was really good price. But the last time I checked, they just weren't there anymore. Oh, you got a Veneve whetstone? Nice. I think you said that the other day. No, I do not. I don't collect survival knives. A full-size Veneve whetstone. Damn. Oh, she upped the price. A Benchmade doesn't doesn't use a ball bearing lock, I don't think. Never taken one of these things apart. I'm assuming they're not that difficult. But it's got a really nice, smooth yeah, pretty much. I'll add one of those to my cart. I didn't expect okay, now there's the question. Do those ceramic ones for the Manix 2 fit the Manix 2 lightweight? Yeah, if you look in the back there, there is an actual coil spring. And when you pull it back, it pulls the ball bearing that's stuck in here. Damn, that's black. There's a ball bearing in the black section that gets in the way of the blade. They look like BBs, but apparently they're smaller. Pretty much. I'd take a Benchmade apart to show you, but the first time I did that, I wasn't super happy putting it back together. And frankly, I've decided that if I don't have to, I'm not going to again. How much is shipping on these? I've heard that Omega Springs have issues with snapping. Is it free shipping? Probably not. She doesn't accept returns? Oh no. Because I'm returning that shit. Totally. Not. A proper strop. These work. They work great. What, are you making fun of these? You don't think they're good enough? Dude, I could have this ball bearing thing in 2 days. It'll only cost me, so the ball bearing will cost $5, and then the shipping is going to cost $46.31. What a steal. Weird? What do you mean? To be fair, I stack them, I do, but I stack them bottom to top. I have been doing small time sharpening, yes. That's if I want it in 2 days. If I want it in 4 or 5 days, then I can spend $5.46 instead. You can have a seat in timeout. We don't need to talk about those things. So what, would you rather that I store them like back to back like that? Or maybe I should glue them together. Just imagine all the shit from this that's going to get stuck to each side. I think I'll probably just do that. That works. We have another knife to sharpen. in their own Ziploc bag. Boy, you want me to spend some big money now. I'll tell you what, when I start taking those a little more seriously, then I'll start doing that. Probably not going to be too long now. I've never tried out Spy 27, so I don't know anything about it. It's a pretty simple steel, I can tell you that much. I looked into what it's made out of, and it's super simple. Welcome back, Aiden. Now, simple doesn't mean bad, just to be clear. Let's look it up real quick on what's his name's Laren Thomas's website. I'm not sure. I think it came out. When did they make that? Like 2020 or something? Spy 27. There we go. Spy 27 is right up around Crewwear, S35, Van Axe, and S45. So that blue dot right there is Spy 27. And it's sitting right around Crewwear, 4V, Van Axe, M4, LMAX, S45, a whole bunch of different steels. Now, as for can I find Spy 27? On his chart? Not looking like I'm gonna find it. Nope. I mean, it's not bad, right? It is a very simple steel, though. When you look it up, it doesn't have a whole lot of materials in it. Really, really simple. Decent amount of vanadium, molybdenum, cobalt. Cobalt isn't a common introduction in steels. They use it, but it's for those higher end things. Except for VG10. VG10 uses cobalt too. So let's see. It says should be a bit tougher, more fine grained, and more corrosion resistant than S35. However, wear resistance is supposed to be less than S35. I'm popping up all the time. Awesome. Must mean that you stick around longer than most of the other people. Which means you're probably interested in knives. That shit doesn't even feel sharp. Is it sharp? Ew. Gross. Let's fix that. First, test cut. Just so we know how it looks before. Then we'll go and sharpen and then do a test cut after. Well, I appreciate you sticking around, checking out what's going on. A lot of people seem to enjoy watching me sharpen, so wow, their angle inconsistencies are suck. They suck. Right now you're obsessing over flashlights. I never really got into flashlights, however, to any flashlight companies that may be hearing this later on. I'm not opposed to trying one out. Am I going to reach out to a flashlight company? No. It's not something that I think of on a daily basis, but whenever it pops up and I need one, I go for the one that's on my keychain. I just about stabbed the shit out of myself. Anybody saw this? That touched my pinky when I was pulling back. That would have sucked. Let's see. I'm pretty sure when I was watching a video of him talking about MagnaCut, he said that it runs best at like 65. I don't remember where I found that video, but nobody sharpens it at that hard. So I never got, again, like I was saying, I never got super into flashlights, so I don't know much about them. All I know is I want something that's rechargeable, because I don't like wasting batteries. The Olight i3 was fine. It hasn't treated me bad. just for shits and giggles. Let's try again. Damn. Not bad, not bad. So I don't have unlimited pocket space. None of us do, right? But my pocket space is filled up by right side. I go pocket knife, and my phone's like this wide and this tall. So this is what goes in my right pocket. And then my left pocket is a two-fold wallet and my keys, along with a secondary knife of whatever I choose to carry that day. Normally it's a Spyderco Military, which takes up a shit ton of space. So I don't have a ton of space in my pockets. However, I could probably make one fit on me somewhere. Maybe on my waistband. I don't know where I'd make it fit, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking for, to be honest. I don't know how many lumens. I don't know battery sizes. I don't know anything, really. Knives are my specialty. This is a knife channel. And I thought about getting into the EDC stuff, but none of it's quite as shiny as knives. Oh, so you got one of these. So this was a 600 grit once upon a time. Or if you want me to be that one chick, one to Tonopine. Anybody who gets that, please laugh. That was funny to me. Somebody got that. I know at least one person got that. That was a really funny video. Now let's see. How much are you wanting to spend? We'll start with that question. $200 to $300-ish. And then what kind of stones are you looking for? Just diamond plates or... It also depends on what steels you're sharpening. So we'll start with this question. We already have your price point, right? What is your most high-end, high-hardness steel? The most wear-resistant steel that you have. Huh. Kershaw again with the fucked up grind. I'll put them in my little book to reach out for. No, I don't think that I'm going to get hooked on flashlights. They just aren't as shiny and sharp. But we'll see you later, Zorro. What company is that? Rovy VON. Is that your highest edge retention stuff? Aiden's better at the sharpening stuff than I am. Honestly. Yeah? Okay, let's see. Well, Aiden, welcome back. Speak with the devil and then he appears. So, Aiden. Tattered is looking for new stones. The thing I'm thinking about recommending, even though I haven't tried them yet, is probably Shapton. What do you think about my recommendation? I haven't tried out Sharpall either yet. Anything above S30V will have issues. Well, we're talking at the moment S30V, MagnaCut, S35, and LMAX. So I wouldn't think with those. Well, we gotta check MagnaCut and LMAX real quick on composition. MagnaCut, pretty high in vanadium, so maybe not. LMAX, also decently high in vanadium, so maybe not. So what, would you go for Chiefre cut then at that point? You're not wrong, actually. I'm pretty sure they are right around the same. S30, 4%, and S35, 3%. So they're all 3 to 4%. So one of the Sharpall diamond plates then. I haven't memorized them, but I know what they're good for. So, sounds like Sharpall's cheaper, right? If the Sharpall's cheaper, I'm going to recommend that. Which it probably is. They wear out faster than you'd think. I'm gonna be honest. I don't do anything prying wise or anything like that with my knives, so toughness doesn't matter to me. All I really pay attention to is edge retention and uh, stainlessness. And I kind of automatically assume if it's good at both of those, then it sucks at toughness. And then there's specialty steels like Maximate, Rex 121, where they're just good for edge retention and they suck at everything else. Or H1, where it's good for stainlessness and toughness, but it sucks at edge retention. I think I keep on debating on it, but I think I'm probably gonna go pizza box. You're not wrong. I think I'm gonna go with the Rockstar, the Shapton Rockstar, and the reason I picked that is because it's 10 millimeters thick. It should have a decent lifespan. Whoa, a lot of comments just rolled in. Yeah, I don't have big knives. So, I haven't worn one of these out yet. And that isn't saying much, but it is the stone that I use the most at the moment. And it's $22. It doesn't hurt if you want practice. And it's a diamond plate, it's not going to be bad. Next recommendation from what I have is an Atoma 600. I love that. That plate is just great. Leaves a good edge. Let's see. If you don't care where this thing's made, then yeah, it's a pretty solid deal. But again, I haven't done super extended testing on it yet. I've probably done 30 knives on it or something. Maybe a little more. No, it's definitely been more than that. Maybe 50 to 60. I might be 50 to 60 in on this plate on both sides. Let's see. That's all I have at the moment, actually. Is that a bong? No. It's a spray bottle. So yeah, this you can get on Amazon for $22. It's called a SATC 400/1000, and I think they make a 600/1200 as well. But I haven't tested that one. I'm assuming you have a plate holder already. Hopefully. Yeah, the Chiefer cut it's $100, but it'll cut everything for the most part. It eats Maximate for breakfast. It just doesn't care. unless you screw up and gouge it, then it starts caring. So yeah, my next choice, if you want something that'll cut everything, is this one. And this one, so not only did it eat Maximate for breakfast, but it also chewed up tungsten carbide. Dude, I'm sorry. I don't need it that bad. The gouging is pretty minimal. If it starts actually causing problems, then I'll probably end up buying the glass. But until then, this is, let me look it up for you. I need to reach out to this company. Aiden, I started the email. I swear I started the email. Before you start tearing me up for not doing it. So that's the company. And when you click on their website, you're going to want to click up here, and then the top, and that one. So this one's the 400 grit that I've got right here, that they claim is for super steels like ZDP 189 and S90V. Now they've got a list here of steels, and I can verify that it was good with Maximate, S30V, S40 or S35VN, M390, which means 20CV and 204P. Let's see, 1095 it's done. VG10, N690. I don't think I did Magna Cut on it. It went D2 just fine, crew wear just fine. So yeah, it's done a lot of shit. Actually, Aiden sent that to me. It's $100. And then, how much is shipping? Like, oh, you can buy them on Amazon. Wait a sec. Currently unavailable on Amazon. Okay. That doesn't surprise me for some reason. What do I have in my cart? Oh, yeah, the land knife. The Sabenza copy. But yeah, this thing's treated me well. Take a look at it real quick, see if there's a... Yeah, there's some small gouging in a few spots, but not anything that's going to cause any problems. Now, just out of curiosity, am I able to not have to hold the stone up while looking at it under the magnifying? What the fuck? the microscope. Oh, this will work out great. So that's what this thing looks like under the microscope. Lift it just slightly, and then we'll refocus. Give it a sec. There we go. Could be focused a little better. Okay, give it a sec. So this way, when I have it sitting like this, I can hopefully move the stone around. Let's look at those gouges. That's one of them right there. So if we drop it down again, okay. So that's a gouge right there from where I fucked up. It is really interesting to look at these things under the microscope. Now, is there a spot that has some steel dust on it that we can look at? Avocado ice cream. That doesn't sound great to me. Let me see if I can find a spot on this that has some steel dust. Maybe right there. Oh yeah, there we go. So that black stuff on there, or the shiny darker stuff, is steel dust. Yeah, I've never looked at... Well, I have a little bit. I just didn't look at it on the camera. Definitely some interesting stuff. But yeah, that's the Chiefer Cut 400 grit under a microscope at 120x. Now let's see if I can flip it around, find the deeper gouge that I left when I first started learning on this thing. Okay. I don't know what that is, honestly. I think that right there is the gouge. think that right there, that's it. It's so hard to notice under the microscope, it really is. There's definitely a learning curve. So that's the gouge that I left by using this wrong. Now, we're going to take the microscope off and show you guys what that gouge looks like. And you probably won't even notice it. Without the light, I don't even see it. Right there. This right here is what you guys were looking at. That line. There's a couple gouges. Some hair. Over here there's some more, but so this is a sharpening stone under a microscope. So the main part of the learning curve of sharpening is holding an angle for extended periods of time. Look at my wrist scar under the microscope. I don't know if I can hold my wrist still enough to do that. I mean, we could try that, but it's really shiny right there. It is 60x, and then when I was bringing it closer, it was 120. I don't think this is going to work out very well. I can't hold my wrist at the right angle to show you guys that. Is that mode? How's it going? You know, at this point, I might as well just take the phone off the stand. That's the scar right there. So that's the scar. And then that right there is the edge of the scar. Thanks, Lou. I definitely needed that. I appreciate that so much. And by so much, I mean never mind. Yes, you're a turd. Definitely a number 2. So now we're going to sharpen a knife that I didn't really get to enjoy for a very long time. It's a buck Canoe. Unfortunately, it's in one of the most garbage steels that's ever been made. 420J2. Hot garbage. Why is that? Must be some drama going on that I haven't heard of yet. I need context. Okay, yeah. Oh. So that's called false advertising. And I'm pretty sure I'm not trying to start a war against a company. I'm really not. But I'm pretty sure that that's illegal. Oh, you guys want to see a burr under a microscope? So there's a burr. And a piece of fabric. Well, I'll look into it. Yeah, 420J2 comes up with some of the largest burrs when it comes to knife steels. But it is like the worst knife steel in my opinion. Can we see it? Yeah. Right on the very edge. That white line, it's a burr. That's the one we were just looking at. I've never messed with that. I can only speak upon the things that I have tried. Lou, do you have a YouTube channel? Do you make content? Or do you just watch other people's content? I don't think I've ever checked out your channel before. 3CR is pretty damn bad. I know that one sucks. It's great for learning how to sharpen, though. Other than that, hot garbage. This is one of the chippiest burrs I've ever seen. Ah, so that's what your job is. Basically, what he just said is he admitted to being a Fed, and he's my personal FBI agent, and apparently I made him a mod. Look at me go. The man. That sounds mildly entertaining. Guess who made it? Guess who made what? And welcome back, Sammy. Oh, now I get it. Welcome back. I'm a little slow sometimes. Also, I was supposed to go to bed like 21 minutes ago, so Sammy, say hi to my personal FBI agent. I think he covers 4 people in Idaho, and I'm one of them. You're 3 subs away from your goal. What was your goal? I guess we'll find out when I look at your channel. YouTube. So this is a Canoe style knife. This one specifically is the Buck 389. I recommend finding a better knife than this. This one I bought just for the looks. I somehow convinced a Walmart employee. You know, back in the day, they used to be like 20, or not 20, they used to be like $13. And nowadays, they're 23. How long ago did you hit 2,000? Because oh boy. Holy shit, you've got a lot of views. No, it was at Walmart. This one's a Walmart exclusive in Amber Bone. Yeah, you've got almost 1.5 million views total. You got a shit ton of views. You have more than I do. I think I'm about to hit 700,000 or something. Nope. 600,000. We're closing in on 1900. We are 4 away. That is wild. Dude, just a couple days ago we were at 18. And then a week ago we were at 1700. Yeah, I was able to rip that one off with my fingers. So my question for Sammy is, the sleeper hit of YouTube. My question for Sammy that I can answer for myself. Go to channel. Did one of your videos go viral? Popular. That's a lot of fucking views. Damn. Yeah, you've had a few of your shorts get some pretty good numbers. Most of mine don't get that good of numbers, but I'm extremely consistent. Joe, what's up? How's it going? I have one short that I think is constantly, I think every 2 days it gets 100 views. Give me a sec. Content. Shorts. View all. Sort by most viewed. $17,800 views. And it is constantly climbing. It did really, really good at the very beginning, and then it flatlined. And then it just started picking up. And yeah, almost every one of them is watching your dad use a stone. Chris, what's up? How's it going? Have you been in here before? I think you were in here the other day. Channel activity. Yeah, okay, you have been here before. Yeah, and that video that I was just showing was teaching people how to close a liner lock knife. Well, it's better than the XXX Chris XXX stuff that everybody used to do. You know what I've noticed a lot over the years, which I think is stupid, is larger YouTubers tearing down other YouTubers. Nice. So first of all, what are they sending you something? What are they sending you? And that's kind of about it. Oh, and did you send them an email first, or did they reach out to you? I highly doubt that that's what they're sending him. Just waiting for Sammy to say, no, he's right. They're sending me a monster truck tire. They made me pay for shipping, though. Well, there's no point in not posting the videos. Okay. So, Sammy, this is where your account takes a turn. Okay? You can choose one of two paths. Path number 1. You say what the company wants you to say. You'll probably make more money this way and make a lot more friends with companies. Or path number 2. You're honest. You're honest with the people watching you. Companies may not like the honesty, and that sucks, but it's kind of part of being honest. I tell everybody the problems that I have, whether they're fixed or not. Now, of course, I tell them that I told the company about the problem too. And if it's taken care of, like I tell the company before I make the video or before I post the video. And if they fix it before the video is posted, then cool. The issue I've had with this company, the only issue, is the deburring process that they used for the screws on these. They didn't do the best job. And what ended up happening was I got cut from some burrs that were left behind. And it sucks. I told them, don't worry about it, but this is a safety hazard that needs to be fixed. And they said, we'll look into it and we may be moving to a different supplier. Hmm. Well, aluminum parts tend to be more expensive than a knife, so. Have a good one, Sammy. We'll see you later. Of course it's shaving sharp, but it won't hold that edge for any extended period of time. No, you can't. You're my personal FBI agent. I thought I was the goat. I am definitely gonna dig into that. The midway thing. I also need to look up laws on false advertising before I start making any claims. That way, I can't get sued for it. Wish I could afford an attorney on retainer. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Luck, what's up? How's it going? Okay. You enjoy yourself. No, see, there's a difference between you and me. Is you don't have a YouTube channel, right? Defamatory statements, even if true, I really don't want a lawsuit against me when I can't pay for an attorney. Sure, but I'm a YouTuber. I'm sure that they would love to keep things on the down low, but I'm not going to. And when you become a thorn in a company's side, then they tend to bring their lawyers into your email. And suddenly you have a legally drafted cease and desist letter in your email. And I don't know any lawyers that would do it for free. Sure. No, I completely agree with that. Honesty is a big deal on this channel. If I don't like something, I tell you guys. But I need to back myself legally. I don't know any. Oh, I know one lawyer, but she's a 2A lawyer, not a First Amendment lawyer. So I don't think that'll work out. I'm related to her, but I don't remember her name. I don't know. It's a Second Amendment lawyer. Never really looked into her, to be honest. Because again, don't remember her name. I'll definitely do some research, though, figure out what's going on, and then look at local attorneys. Agreed. I would completely agree with that. But also, the fact that her expertise is in the Second Amendment and not the First Amendment, I would figure that that would make it harder for her to represent me as well. I think that their lawyer would object, and the objection would be based on relevance. Here in about 15 minutes, I'm going to end the stream. I'm gonna be honest. 2 hours and 11 minutes ago. I started this stream pretty late compared to when I usually do. I'll admit I was playing a video game. And kinda didn't look at the time. Michael is number one. Michael Roper. You're the first loser. Funny enough, that's your name. The piss crown. You didn't think that I'd get that, really? I'm offended you'd say such a cruel and unusual thing. Insulting my superior intellect. What a shame. I need to reprime the strop. Thanks, I needed that help. I almost forgot that I had to do figure eights. This one. It's hard to tell, but it's blue. This one's black. So I gotta reapply the stuff on this one real quick. You know what might work? Too much. This will work though. Yep, 5 micron. That's the only stuff that I have. Now I gotta let it dry for an hour or two. Not gonna sit here for that. It does. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. And with how little of this stuff I use at any given point in time, that thing should last a while. If I ever felt like I was talking to someone and they were pretending to care. Yeah. Yeah, isn't it better than watching paint dry? See, at least paint you know when it's dry. This stuff you have no clue. Lacey doesn't make the 6 micron stuff anymore. She moved to 5. I was going to buy 6. See, we got 37 people watching this thing dry. Obviously, it's interesting. Well, I want my strops to be purple, but I don't know if she makes one that's purple. I've got 51 people in here watching a strop dry. That is hilarious. Look at it under the mic. We could do that. Sure. Oh, Lou is going to be getting an attitude with you. Lou isn't happy with them right now. And frankly, I need to do some digging before I can say I'm happy with them. But at the moment, I can't tell people not to buy from them. I don't see shit. Do you guys see something? The green one? What green one? What's that red thing? I think that's one of the diamonds that was in there. Just right there in the middle. I think that that's a diamond right there. Oh, that sucks. Oh my god, we're having an earthquake. Yep, that happens. Now you're not going to sleep normally for about 5 days. Oh, there's one right there, and one right there. And a few right there. Green compound. I don't have any of that. I think you're talking about the aluminum oxide compound. Yeah, I don't have any of that stuff. I know you can use it. I've never used it, but I know some people do. I've never tried it. Well, if you have it, you might as well. I mean, why pay extra? So we're going to end the stream here and oh, I would have ended it. No, about 5 minutes from now. And then I'm done. That's it. And the reason I say that is I need to get up early tomorrow, so I need to have time to play a game before I go to bed. Tomorrow I'm going to a local hardware store and sharpening people's knives. Agreed. Sharpening on cardboard. Holy shit. A female that likes good cars. Oh. It's amazing. Yes, the 7-liter V8. And I think that was before the gas crisis hit. Which means I'm pretty sure that thing actually made power instead of being stuck at like 200 horsepower with a 7-liter V8. How you pull that off, I have no clue. Oh, what mileage? 1969. 427. Horsepower. It had two options with the 7-liter, 435 horsepower or 400 horsepower, which was probably grossly underrated. .460 foot-pounds of torque at 4,000 RPM. You prefer the R35? Ooh. It's not terrible. I remember when Nissan showed that concept car for the R36 and said that it was going to be all electric, and then everybody got pissed off. You know what they don't make anymore? A lot of cars. But you know what else they don't make? Engines that have been tested reliably. Or tested, tested until they break. The small block Chevy was around forever until they moved to the LS, right? Small block Chevy had been tested, tried and true for decades. If you guys can't tell, I'm going like this. For decades. And don't get me wrong, the LS is great and all, but then they moved away from the LS and started moving to the LT. And the more often, I'll agree that the LS is superior, but the small block Chevy is cheap. Really cheap. So when they move to the LT engines, they're popping these things out year after year, and they're not doing the extended testing like they used to. So things like, this part's stupid, that recall that they had going on for, what engine was it? The 6.2 LT, whichever one that is. However, they managed to have a recall for not cleaning out the oil jackets and the coolant jackets in the block. And there's machining scraps or machining dust left behind that causes them to blow, or causes them to stop feeding oil to the crankshaft properly, and then you get rod knock and then you blow your engine up. How do you not see that coming? Like, clean your shit before you sell it. Clean it before you put it together. And guess what their recommended fix for it is? Thicker oil. That's it. That's all they recommend to fix it. They say thicker oil is good enough for now. Then when it blows up, you bring it in. Number 1, finally. You know what I really thought was stupid? Was the EPA guidelines. We've all noticed that trucks are getting bigger in the US. And the reason why is because EPA guidelines changed. And instead of it has to get so much mileage, it has to release less than so and so amount of carbon dioxide or whatever per cubic foot of vehicle space. So to get away with using the same engines that they were going to use for the smaller trucks, they decided, well, we're going to make the trucks bigger. I don't know how Jim got into third place. That doesn't make any sense. I think I might just give this a shot for a week. It doesn't sound true, but why else would trucks be getting bigger? Okay. EPA and Department of Transportation CAFE standards created a loophole for larger vehicles, allowing automakers to classify and produce light trucks with less stringent fuel economy and emission requirements than smaller vehicles. Automakers have shifted focus to these light trucks and SUVs because they are more profitable and can be built to meet less demanding requirements or regulatory standards. Okay, I'm gonna explain it the easiest way possible because it makes perfect sense. My truck is a full-size Chevy 1500 from 1996. It is smaller in total size than a Ford Maverick right now. At least it looks smaller when you have them sitting next to each other. The Ford Maverick is pretty big compared to mine. But back then in the 90s, that was a full-size truck. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here because I went, again, another minute longer than I planned on going. So, Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night, morning, day, whatever it is. I'm going to give people a chance to say goodbye, and then I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Oh, it is dry. No shit. I'm not so sure about that one. You have to double your XP, and I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to do that. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night, day, morning, whatever it is. And we'll see you in the next one, which will be tomorrow. Bye, people.